Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms, and today we are using my new Kubota BX25. Now I've taken the backhoe portion of it off for today, but we're going to be using this to help do an extension here on the garage, on the barn here. And we've already done some one extension, but this part's going to be kind of a lean-to to hold some of the tractor implements and some of the other projects that I have. As you can see, I've already dug into this wall some. It's a rock wall that stretched on from about 75 feet. I'm cutting about a 20-foot section of it out. I've already used the Kubota this morning to remove most of the rocks, and now we're into the soil. And as you can see here, if we get closer, that I've got a lot of dirt here, but I'm cutting it back to this inner wall. There's a bunch of railroad ties that are back here, and it's about 16 feet in and about 16 feet wide. That's going to be the new area. Then I'll be using a concrete retaining wall here and extending the roof line across. So I'll have a three-sided shelter. Now, originally I envisioned this just to hold firewood over on this side, and I'm still going to do that. But I figured if I'm going to be digging and going to be doing all this work, why not spend a little extra time, a little extra money perhaps for roofing material, and go ahead and have myself another nice area, a covered area that's out of the rain, out of the elements, that I can park tractors, mowers, stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We'll shoot a little bit of video of me using the Kubota, and then we'll show the after. You know, like I said, I missed the before. I didn't really think about it as I started cutting in this morning, but we got a lot of dirt to move. So let's get started. Well, I'm about at the halfway point, so I thought I'd stop here and do a little walk around. So far, and this is really the first time that I've used this Kubota since I purchased it for this kind of work. I've used the backhoe some, but I didn't take a video of that. I'll have to hook it back up and do that. But this is the damage that I've done in about 2.5 hours worth of work. A couple of rocks in there, and yeah, it's coming along now. The interesting part, I found a foundation down here, or what's left of one right about there. That's a rock. That's not a rock. It goes all the way along there. So I'm not sure what that was, but still haven't found my power line, but I did find a water line that was run out here at some point. It's not hooked up to anything, unfortunately, so I can't reuse that, but yeah, that was kind of a surprise. I'd say I'm about halfway through. And we're using the dirt in other places. Some of it's going into raised beds, some of it's going to flatten out surfaces around the house, around the property, filling in holes, stuff like that. But the hard part's still to come. I might have to hook the backhoe back up today and back up so I can cut a nice straight ledge along that back wall there, because I'm going to be pouring a foundation. Or I don't know, I think I'm going to do cinder block. But we'll have to see how well that soil is compacted, what it looks like. So, still got to get this tree or whatever this brush is over here out. The little stuff came up no problem, but that's got probably some pretty serious roots in it. Okay, so let's get back to it. Took another break here. Wanted to show the progress I'm making here. Actually getting ready to make another video on a implement for my string trimmer, my weed whacker. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, that's a whole lot of dirt that is gone. Pulled that tree out of there with it. 16 feet back. This side's pretty close to done. I'm going to have to do some handwork with a shovel. This side's still got some digging to do, but definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. And then we'll have to just flatten it out and get it ready for gravel. I've got some old railroad ties coming in tomorrow, and we're going to do some work with cinder block. But overall, I am super happy with the old Kubota BX25. This is the first major project I've tackled with it. I bought this thing a few months back, and I haven't really had time to do much with it because of the weather, other than plowing snow occasionally. Actually only did that once, but yeah, getting some bigger jobs done here at Farpoint Farms. Let's get back to digging. Well, that's about it for the first project for the new Kubota BX25. It's quite a hole, but it's dug out. And I'll be getting some railroad ties. Going to build a retaining wall here in the back, some cinder block for the sides. But, boy, imagine doing that by hand. That was about 4 feet deep on the back, about 3 feet deep in the front, 16 wide and 10 deep. I don't know how many cubic yards that is or how many cubic feet it is, but it is a lot. So I'm really impressed. Obviously it's a big investment to buy a tractor like that, but in order to do jobs that needed to get done here, it was time to upgrade. I won't say that I'll own it forever, but I certainly will own it for a few seasons so I can do some projects like this. And then I may go back down to just using garden tractors. In fact, this is going to hold a garden tractor. That's going to hold firewood on one side, and it's going to be covered over and have gravel on the bottom, and I'll park the 2 tractors right there. So that's kind of cool. Alright, I figured I'd finish off this video with a little bit of, oh, I'm about halfway done, I guess, right? So the tractor worked excellent. Dug out 8.5 feet, 5 feet deep at the back side there. So really did a great job, and used the tractor to lower these giant timbers into place. These are old railroad ties that we picked up at a pretty good price, a lot less than what they cost normally, thankfully. Next step is a load of gravel, which should be coming in here this weekend, or on Friday, and then I'll be leveling it out and filling in. So that made a pretty good mess of the drive there, so we're going to touch it up, put some gravel up here. And then it'll be time to drill with that Harbor Freight Predator auger that I have. Drill some holes, drop some 4x4s into the ground, and I'm going to extend this roof line here all the way across. So what I'll end up with is a three-sided lean-to. And I'm
Gonna have from about, well, right about from there over, there's gonna be a wall right there, and that's gonna be firewood. And then from here over to here, farm equipment. So, nice. It's ended up being 16 by 12 is the total covered area that it will be. And it's a project that I really wanted to do right off the bat moving here, but didn't have the ability. Without that tractor, couldn't do it. The tractor scoop on the Husqvarna has just not got enough oomph to dig into existing dirt like that. It probably would have ruined the tractor and the scoop. So anyway, that'll wrap it up. I'm Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms. Hope you enjoyed this first video of my new Kubota and my first project with it. Take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms. Freedom is mighty sweet. Liberty sows its seed at Farpoint.